Hey guys, what's up? I decided to do a little chat podcast thing, whatever you want to call it, because something just came up, and it's a question I get asked often. And what it is what do I think about save states and things like that? Do I consider that cheating, or do I use it, or what do I do, and this and that? And to be honest with you, no, I don't use it. I have Michael B on behind me. It's something I've been watching all night. I was just sitting there chilling last night. Didn't feel like playing a whole lot. I'll post up some pictures about what I was doing last night, which is why I didn't feel like playing. But I watched him do a playthrough of Double Dragon 1 on NES. Super awesome. He had never beaten it before. He got really far. A lot of times kept dying. Finally, he got to the last guy. Took him out. The pressure was on. He was on like his last life. Had like 2 little slivers of energy left on his meter. I mean, pressure was fucking on. And that's what NES is all about. And that brings me to my point. I was watching his next video. I was trying to find something else by him. I watch Michael B a lot. That's who's on behind me playing Alter Beast. He was playing Double Dragon 2. And he had a video that was one was like an hour and a half long, another one was a half an hour, and then he had his other one that was like 2 hours long. Obviously, I was skipping through stuff that didn't matter, because what he did was he did a live playthrough, and then he would he just put it all on there. He uploaded it, so it was long as a lot of him talking to the chat and stuff. I skipped through that. But I was hoping to see him beat that as well. Well, he did. But he ended up getting so pissed off. From the beginning and from when the end happened, he had gotten so much better. Like, he figured out what was coming up, strategies, ways to fight, learning your special moves on Double Dragon 2. A lot of things he was doing that was like super awesome to see him progress, because once again, that's what NES is all about, is dying, going back, getting a little bit farther every time, because you're starting to learn, and then learning little tricks, learning how to, okay, this is a strong move versus this move's a waste of time. Strategies on certain parts of levels, like, okay, if I stand here, this person's going to fall out the helicopter level in Double Dragon 2. They'll fall out the door, and this is how you take them out. Instead of trying to fight the bosses, you can actually kind of outsmart them and strategize. And that's what it's all about. So super cool to watch. I was having a lot of fun. Well, then all of a sudden, my first thing was Michael B was playing on a modded Wii, and I just don't like that stuff. But he just moved and everything, and he couldn't use his FrameMeister or something like that. First of all, that FrameMeister is like fucking $300. Plus, it wasn't working with his setup when he was using his Elgato. Something he didn't have that wasn't working, so he had to use that to play NES games. So, it's whatever, stuff like that. I was like, okay, but he's still playing the game. Plus, I'm very familiar with that game, so I knew watching it that's pretty authentic. I was like, okay, that's not really an emulator. This is pretty spot on. I'm sure it feels weird that he's playing with a Wii controller, but okay, it is what it is. I'd still say you beat the game if you beat it. I can't stress how much I like to be authentic, though. So then he's going and going and going. He's dying. Like I said, there was 3 parts. He's getting better and better. I'm watching it all just to see how he progresses, because it's so cool to watch. And so he starts getting really good. At the last video, I'm like, man, it's 2 hours long. Either there's a big pause and he's talking to people and stuff, or something happens. Like, what? How is it 2 hours? Because this dude's like doing better than me. I mean, he's doing the special move. He's got it down. He's kneeing the shit out of people. Bodies are flying. I'm sitting there cracking up, saying, oh my God, he is going to wipe through this game at this point. All he was going to have to worry about was the platforming. Well, the platforming was the problem. So he kept on getting to the, it's like Mission 6. It's the one with the purple background and everything, and the disappearing platforms that you have to jump to, and it's difficult. When I was a little kid, I died on it all the time. I've done it so much that nowadays I can probably do it my first time, no problem. But he was having a lot of issues. So when he would die, he'd have to start over. So I would skip forward, and he did it like 4 or 5 times. He'd die and have to go all the way back, and take him like 15 minutes to get back to where he was. And then all of a sudden, Mike gets pissed, and built into that modded Wii is save states. He starts using a save state. So he gets right where you start platforming, and he saves it. And then he gets past that platforming, gets to the next set of platforming, saves it. Then he beats that level, gets to the next level, saves it. And he just does that throughout the rest of the game. And I'm just sitting there like, man. And he's like, I hate that I'm cheating right now, but man, I just want to beat it and stuff like that. Someday I'll come back to it. But see, that's the thing. Now someday when you come back to it, now you already know what's coming up. You already know what the last guy looks like. You already know the strategy to beat him because you just kept on loading it. I mean, he died like over 10 times loading it. And that's what I'm saying with NES. That with old games in general that didn't have save states. You couldn't save the game. You had to start over. That's what it's all about. That's why I don't like that shit. I just lost a lot of respect for the dude. And I couldn't believe he did that. I actually even wrote him on Instagram, sent him screenshots of his video, told him I was watching it, and told him how disappointed I was that I watched it for 2 or 3 hours for the finale to be that. I was like, you gotta be kidding me. Like, out of all people, I watch Angry Video Game Nerd, Pat, the NES Punk, and Michael B. the Game Genie, and then a couple people sprinkled in there. Game Chasers and this and that, but he's one of my main ones that I watch play games, and I'm just like, you gotta be kidding me. You're gonna sit here and use save states? So that's bad. So to answer that question, absolutely not. I will never use a save state. I never wanna, like, say I was trying to beat Battletoads for a while. Well, now I haven't played it in a long time. So now when I get back on Battletoads, I'm probably not going to get as far as I was. I'm going to have to get used to it again, and I'm going to be fucked up for a while. But that's part of it. You got to practice. You got to play. And that's why kids nowadays that think that their games nowadays are so hard, no. That's the thing, is you guys save it. And once you save it, all you got to do is load your fucking game and try again. Oh, you failed this mission. Load it. Failed it again. Load it. Failed it again. Load it. And you're just trying and trying and trying. I don't care what game. Dark Souls, I don't care. You're loading your game. So how hard is it? How hard is it? We could be playing Ninja Gaiden that everybody thinks is so hard, but if you're saving the game before, like, bosses and stuff, how is it hard? How's it fucking hard? I already, say that I think it's annoying people talk about how hard Ninja Gaiden is anyways, because that's another game. You have unlimited continues. So how is it so difficult? I went through it. Yeah, it throws you back a couple levels, but as long as you have patience, you have as many lives as you need to take care of it. So it's not that hard. You just have to, like, calm down, look at what's going on, look at the patterns, learn it, and then you'll do it so many fucking times that you're going to start killing it. That's what I did. I died so many times before I beat Ninja Gaiden. But you just got to keep going, okay, at this part I got to do this. Oh, now here comes this part. And that's what it's all about. So seeing Michael B. do that is really frustrating. So now if he puts up another stream in the future where, I'm going to run through it this time, now I feel like it's like, yeah, but you know everything that's coming up now, so you don't have that rush anymore. Like, I don't know if you guys have ever done it, but when you get to a last boss, and you got, like, your last life, you've never faced him before, this is it, go big or go home, you fucking lose, you got to start over. It's intense, man. Your hands are sweating, the controller's all sweaty, you're fucking going like this, like, fuck, you might even pause it like I do and be like, fuck, man, and, like, think about what you're doing first. That's what it's all about. Games nowadays cannot deliver that. They cannot do that because not enough is on the line. Not enough's on the line. It's too easy. It's too easy. There's too many shortcuts. There's too much shit holding your hand. Where NES don't do that. It's so many times you'll be sitting there. I guarantee you when I start playing Battletoads, let me get to the last boss and I'll probably die because I won't know what's going on. It's my first time there. And I'll have to just die and go through the whole fucking game again and just try it again. I mean, that's what it's all about. So, yeah, do I ever use save states? No, I frown upon them very, very, very much. Because I'm a big one for, yeah, I play games to have fun, but it's a challenge. And you are eliminating that challenge by doing that, you know. So, that's all I got to say about that. Watch Michael B., the Game Genie. His video is really cool. Watch his Double Dragon 1. Double Dragon 1, I shouldn't have even told you that he beats it, but it's just badass because he's literally... I was on the hotel bed, and when he beat it, when Billy Lee started flashing and he killed him, I was like, boom, yes! I felt like I won. I felt like I beat it. But when I beat it, I felt the same way, man, because that's a tough-ass game. It's just hard to have a good, clean run and beat it. Everything's got to go right. So, it was really, really cool to watch. You should watch that one. And this Altered Beast one's pretty cool, too. I'm not dogging Michael B. I was just really disappointed. From a big YouTuber and a big retro gamer and a person that a lot of the people in the community listen to and watch his stuff, we expect better than that. You know, a lot of people say, oh, it's just this, it's just that. It's just, I don't like that. You know, you might as well use a Game Genie. Live up to your name, put a fucking Game Genie in, give yourself 800 lives or whatever codes there are for it, and just play like that. But I'm done ranting. I'm starting to turn into a rant now. So, that's it. See ya.